With his first appearance rapidly approaching in Riyadh season, Turki Al-Sheikh, looking at Shakur Stevenson and what the future could hold for him, finds interest in Shakur possibly facing Gervonta Tank Davis one day in the near future. Is it possible that these two young men, once considered kings of sorts in the sport of boxing, could be willing and ready to face one another? We do find that Shakur is more open to it than Tank Davis is. The reasons why could be plenty. That Tank is not, and Shakur happens to be in the positive or affirmative for this. Let's talk about it a little further and what Turki has to say regarding these two coming together. As we look ahead to February 22nd, Shakur Stevenson is going to make his first appearance in Riyadh season, and that will be when he faces Floyd Schofield. And that will be when we get the chance to see if he's fully recovered from hand surgery, which was to have taken place last fall, and see where he is going forward in 2025, because Turki Al-Sheikh has big plans for him. Turki would like to see Shakur go ahead and face the likes of Gervonta Tank Davis. But Davis has been unreliable as far as being available for consideration for a Riyadh season. He's also been reluctant to consider any offers from Turki. But Shakur is someone whom he's known over the years and is one of the rare talents who could possibly put Gervonta Davis to the test. Turki says he wants to see a fight between the two one day. And he's in the same boat as Shakur's promoter, Eddie Hearn, who's been trying to get the Tank fight since Shakur has signed with Matchroom. According to an article, Boxing News 24, link will be in the description. Trying to negotiate a fight between Tank and Shakur may prove to be a nightmare for Turki. The fight is still too early to make, Yet Shakur needs to redeem himself after repeated poor performances at 135 against Artem Harutyunyan and Edwin De Los Santos. Fans walked out of those fights due to lack of entertainment value. I don't believe that that's why they walked out, but the author of this article seems to feel that way. But when asked by Mike Coppinger, this is what was spoken of by Turki Al-Sheikh. So you're giving an invitation to Gervonta Tank Davis? Coppinger asked. I don't take anything personally. I am a professional, but I don't need to like you to talk to you, said Turki Al-Sheikh. Coppinger says, but you appreciate Gervonta Davis's talent, it seems. He says, as a fighter, he's a great fighter, of course. There's no doubt. But we need to see him in big fights more and more. I hope one day to see Shakur against Tank. Those were quotes by Coppinger, who interviewed Turki Al-Sheikh recently. You see, Shakur Stevenson is a boxer, a southpaw, and he's got Olympic pedigree. Gervonta Tank Davis is a fighter who was groomed through Floyd Mayweather's promotion and has received a bit of a image that he's looking to protect in the sport of boxing. That is that he's a guy that comes and destroys, knocks people out, and so-called delivers what the fans want to see, which are knockouts. But that's not necessarily the case for everyone with boxing, because being able to knock people out is impressive. But at the top level of the sport, when you have to show skill sets, that's where things become a little bit more clouded. Because when you think of Tank Davis, who's 30-0 with 28 KOs and is now 30 years of age, he has yet to have a breakout performance against an elite fighter. When you talk about the likes of Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin, Hector Luis Garcia, Isaac Cruz, Mario Barrios, Leo Santa Cruz, none of these fighters' names resonate like Shakur Stevenson or even Devin Haney. So Gervonta is going to have to make his mind up where he wants to be in the sport. Is he willing to really face another world elite fighter like Shakur Stevenson? Or does he want to continue to dine on fighters that he's bringing up from lower weight classes to compete against his vaunted power? Now, Shakur, who's now 27 years of age, is 22-0 with 10 KOs. And last October, he was scheduled to meet Joe Cordina on the Riyadh season event as a co-main to Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. However, a hand injury kept him from facing off that night. So he went in and had surgery on his hand and announced that he would come back this coming February 22nd facing Floyd Schofield, again on the undercard of Beterbiev and Bivol 2 in Riyadh. Only now, Shakur is facing a young upstart in Schofield. And Schofield is 18-0 with 12 KOs. He's 22 years of age. And let me tell you, they're willing to take this fight because they feel Shakur is in a vulnerable position, having had lackluster performances against Artem and De Los Santos, and he might be ripe for an upset. This is the thinking of the Schofield camp. Shakur's not worried about that because he still considers himself a superior fighter. And he's looking for bigger dates. And the likes of Gervonta Tank Davis are right up the alley when it comes to that type of consideration. But does Gervonta want Shakur? As we read into things presently, it doesn't look so. Because Gervonta could have fought Shakur going back before Shakur was slated for the October card. He made like he wanted to see finally Vasyl Lomachenko. Last September, Lomachenko said that he doesn't feel like thinking about Gervonta at this time after chasing Davis for years. So it comes down to whether or not a fighter really wants it or not. To me, I do believe Shakur will get in the ring with his contemporaries, but I am not 100% confident about Davis. Davis seems to enjoy being a big fish in a small pond. And right now, that small pond consists of fighters that he brings up from lower weights to face. He's not looking to challenge himself or to challenge the opposition in his own weight class. As we look ahead, it's looking like Denis Berinchyk is going to be facing Keyshawn Davis coming up on the 14th of February. The winner of that fight may be calling for Gervonta Tank Davis or Vasyl Lomachenko, especially if it's Keyshawn Davis. But is Davis ready to face the winner of that fight? Or is he even interested in William Zepeda, the WBC interim champ? You see, it's a murky water type deal in the lightweight division. And Shakur is a growing man and will probably move on up to junior welterweight very soon. And not because he can't get these matches, but possibly out of the desire to just challenge himself, something that Gervonta doesn't appear to want to do at this time. And that's a shame, because it's not like Gervonta doesn't have talent, isn't special, and wouldn't be favored, because more than likely he would be. But what do you think? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think about Turkey wanting to see Gervonta and Shakur. Do you want to see it as bad as he? And what are your thoughts about what will happen if they were to face off? Leave comments and let's discuss. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.